It's really extremely important to make sure that everybody, as we are getting into the summer season, to make sure that we are protected against the risk factors for skin cancer and melanoma. The most important risk factor for melanoma in particular is the exposure to sunlight. And in sunlight, you have two types of ultraviolet rays. You have the UVA and UVB. And UVB, ultraviolet rays B, are the most dangerous to our skin. In fact, exposure to sunlight at the highest intensity of the day, which is between 10 in the morning and 4 in the afternoon, is one of the highest risk factors for melanoma. UV rays can be actually absorbed using certain substances applied to the skin. Most people are now familiar with them. However, unfortunately, they are not used properly in many cases. And that's why I see patients who come to me, they say, despite using the sunscreen, I got the sunburn. That should not happen, because if you have applied it properly, the sunscreen should have protected you. And probably we need to teach people about how to apply it properly and what type of sunscreen they should use in order to protect themselves. The sunscreens are classified based on the sun protection factor ability or strength. We say SPF 15, SPF 30, SPF 50, or 100. All those can provide you with some degree of protection. And let me tell you what that means. SPF 30, for example, means that after you have applied the sunscreen properly, if you spend 30 minutes in sunlight, that would be the equivalent of 1 minute of exposure without any protection. So if you spent an hour, that's 2 minutes, 2 hours, that's 4 minutes, and so on. The good thing to know is the degree of absorption of UVB light by the sunscreen SPF 30 is about 97%. So 97% of the UVB is absorbed whenever you applied it properly on your skin. If you go up to SPF 50, you go up to 98% only. So you increase by 1% going up to SPF 50. If you go to SPF 100, you go to 99%. So the added advantage here is really not worth the money that you might have spent to get the highest SPF on the market. Whenever you go to, for example, to swim in the water and come out from the water and try to wipe yourself to dry, the sunscreen that you have used might go away, and you need to renew the application and make sure that you have applied it properly again. Depending on where you are on the globe, if you are closer to the equator, for example, the UV light is more intense. If you go to higher elevations, UV light is more intense. Again, if you go too close to water or to the snow, the reflection from body of water or the snow would increase the intensity of exposure as well. And time. If you go, for example, for 1 hour, you get some exposure. If you go for 2 hours, it's going to be twice as much. And the most important thing to know is that the application of the sunscreen properly. Many people rub it a little bit here and there and they go. In reality, the entire body should be protected. Anything that is not covered by your clothing, which would be very good protection as well if you don't like to be coated by sunscreen, you can use also long sleeves, long pants, wide brim hats, and also sunglasses. Sunglasses are so important. Not all of them are designed to protect us from ultraviolet light. Some of them are, and you'll see label on those products that tell you this is designed to protect you from UV light. Others might be darker, but that doesn't mean that it protects you more. So it's very important if you go in the sun or you go to the sea and what have you, to equip yourself with the right clothing, right sunscreen, and right hat, and right sunglasses. Melanoma is on the rise. It's one of the cancers that has been increasing every year, and fortunately, because it's on the skin, we can detect it. So if you have multiple moles, or if you have something that has appeared all of a sudden and started growing, that is something that you need to be aware of. I'm Dr. Sam Makhoul. I want you to slip on a shirt, slap on sunscreen, slap on a hat, wrap sunglasses over your eyes, and protect yourself this summer.